Think tank backs Sule's position on president's re-election when the country is at a precipice and lives are being lost. People are talking about 2027. Man's inhumanity to man. Tinubu Chiani meet soon over Nigeria-Niger ties. Tuga signs agreements with Nigerian counterpart. All right. Trying to repair the damage that the man aforementioned gentleman caused with his own hand. DHL suspends high-value delivery over Trump tariff. DHL suspends high-value delivery over Trump tariff. Poor telecom services threaten virtual businesses. Poor telecom services threaten virtual businesses. Ship owners list expectations of $400 million cabotage cash. A picture of the Minister of Blue Economy, Oyetola, right there. Ponzi scheme, influencers risk imprisonment, sanctions await bloggers. And that's coming from the Securities and Exchange Commission. What are your thoughts on that? Because I said something earlier that maybe Nigerians would be appreciative if SEC would not wait for the Ponzi schemes to crash before coming out to warn bloggers. While the thing is on, this one is not registered in SEC, you clamp it down. This medicine after death. Tinubu's appointments most accommodating, says Omokri. What else would Omokri say? All right, let's some details. But please call right now 0201 277 0993, 0201 277 0993, and you have 0201 465 7190. WhatsApp number is, I'll take the female line again, 0201 465 7190. WhatsApp number is 08095 975805. 08095 975805. Please have your say on any of these stories. But like I asked, what will Omokri say? This is what the paper says. A former presidential aide, Reno Omokri, has absolved President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of alleged favoritism. According to him, the president's appointments are the most balanced in the country's history. President Tinubu has faced criticism from political opponents who have said that his top appointments favor his Yoruba ethnic group. However, the paper says, the former presidential aide criticized the feedback as unfair, while stating that the critics did not consider the president's appointments comprehensively. Specifically, Omokri mentioned that columnist Farouk Perogi relied on a set of appointments to support his conclusion in an article. Quote, the membership of one committee cannot establish tribalism. It is intellectually lazy and a hasty generalization to make such a conclusion from just one alleged example, which is not even accurate. End of quote. Omokri said yesterday in a statement. Listen, he stated that the critics would have reached a different conclusion if they had considered the appointments holistically and in relation to the nation's order of precedence list. Okay, tell us the holistic thing now. I'm really trying to know the data that he's going to give. So let's go. Omokri pointed out that unlike the past, Tinubu ensured the nation's leadership's top hierarchy, including the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, was evenly distributed amongst the country's geopolitical zones. So is it a president who, let me see, appoints people for the legislature? Is that a federal government appointment? Leadership of legislature. So the president appoints the Senate president. Is that his aide? Does the president appoint the House of Reps Speaker? Is that his appointee? I think Omokri is playing to the gallery. Reno Omokri is playing to the gallery by even using the legislature as a pointer to his argument that Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president is not nepotistic. He says that Farouk Perogi's analysis is untrue because Perogi did not do a holistic analysis. He just looked at a committee. And Omokri, in all his intelligence, wisdom, and the spirit of God in him, has told Nigerians that the nation's top hierarchy was evenly distributed. Is that what we are talking about here? Reno? Anyway, let's go. He said, quote, when you take appointments made by the president and weigh them according to their ranking in order of national order of precedence of public officers and other persons, it becomes clear, I'm quoting in Reno now, as quoted by today's Nation newspaper, that President Tinubu is perhaps one of Nigeria's most accommodating leaders, especially when you compare him to his immediate predecessor. Okay, so he's not as bad as Buhari. It says, if you examine the national order of precedence of public officers and other persons following the president and his deputy, you'll find that the president of the Senate and other legislative leaders, the Chief Justice of the Federation and other judicial officers, along with the cabinet, reveal the top appointee positions in Nigeria is the Secretary of the Government of the Federation. Okay, so that's the point he's making. What do you guys think? I think that is a joke to bring in the legislature or the judiciary into this matter, because those are not per se government appointees in the sense of the word. I would like to believe Perogi is talking about President Tinubu's direct appointments, those he can hire and fire. And when it comes to the judiciary, I'm sure the president appoints, but you have the National Judicial Commission in there who recommends, or is it the president recommends and they appoint? I think the NJC recommends, right? And they have the hierarchy. They have the hierarchy. So what is he talking about when he talks about judiciary? The highest position in the land as far as judiciary is concerned is the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Now, I don't think tribalism should be brought in there because it's purely professional thing with the judiciary. But correct me if I'm wrong. When you talk about the legislature, so is the president who appoints them? Is it a president? I don't understand. Oh, he was not as bad as Buhari. Even the president's own people are saying that is getting too much. So what are you talking about? But Reno has gone on to list. It starts with Office of the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Middle Belt, and it goes to Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. From River State, my Oga's wife, Mrs. Didi Esther Wilson Jack. Brilliant woman. So he says that shows balance. He now listed the holders of other offices. National Security Advisor, no Yoruba, the Northeast is no Yoruba. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Olatubosun, Southwest. Air Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, Northwest. Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, Southeast. Inspector General of Police, Kaido Egbetukun, Southwest. Director General of DSS, Tosin Ajayi, Southwest. Director General of National Intelligence Agency, Mohammed, North Central. Chief of Major General Emmanuel Undiande, Southwest. That's South, sorry, Shibakwa State. Also, Controller General of Nigeria Immigration Service, Kemi Nandap, North Central, by marriage. He puts in parentheses, okay, by marriage. Controller General of Customs Service, Bashir Adewale Adeni, Southwest. Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Service, Sylvester Ndidi, Nwakuche, Southeast. Chairman, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, really, Reno. Mohammed Buba Marwa, Northeast. Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Olanikpe Kunolu Koede, Southwest. Corps Marshal, Federal Road Safety Commission, Shehu Musman, he put it there, Mohammed, Northwest. Oh man, it goes on and on and on and on. All right, what do you guys think? Three lines open. There's more to talk about here. I've read the headlines on the front page. Let's leave it at that, and we won't take any more of your time. All right, after that, we'll go to the next paper. 99.3, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Happy Easter.
Same to you. Your name, location, and contribution.
Sorry, you know that
your name, sir.
Nigeria no longer.
Your name, sir. Your name.
Okay, I'm Tony. I'm Tony from Ikotu.
Okay, which of the headlines are we are commenting on, please?
I want to talk about Reno mockery.
Okay.
You know, Nigerians don't take Reno seriously again. So bringing his what he has written to bear, I think most Nigerians will not even want to discuss him because he's not a serious person. Somebody who said all rubbish about you today is now laundering his image. So tell me, is that a human being? No integrity.
It's in the papers. It's actually front page.
Yes, I know it's in the papers. Things like this, I don't even know why they put it in the papers because it's nobody any longer. If you go to the social media now, you see Nigerians are just passing. They don't even want to go through whatever he has said because he has lost it. He has lost the integrity. He has not got any integrity at all.
Thank you for your time. 99.3, good morning. Well, you didn't need to comment on it now. There are several other stories. Plateau Benue killings. You have Nigeria-Niger ties. There are a lot of other stories. So don't waste your time on what you think is not important. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, Kofi, good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm not from Olodia, Papa.
All right, please go.
Yeah, the headline I want to comment this morning is that I had a senior day say that the program should thank God that emergency editing have given without him something will happen. Why are you making that comment midweek? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Said that program should thank God that people have given emergency editing without him something will happen or what? So that why Mr. Nike is making that comment? Who is Nike? Is it God? Is it God? Everything, he carries everything as if that is is it God? You don't know that he's an ordinary human being.
All right, thank you very much. Comment. Thank you very much for your time. All right, front page of today's Vanguard, we have the following headlines. Read it earlier, I'll go back there. Insecurity, Danjuma, Atiku, Kuka, Bakari, others rage. Defend yourselves. It's Danjuma tells Nigerians, Nigeria bleeding. Please bring us down from this cross. Kuka begs Tinubu. Tinubu gallivanting across Europe as Nigeria bleeds. Atiku, we must rejig our security philosophy. Bakari, Tinubu should stop playing God. Bakari. Now, many times people have all gone back to the Occupy Nigeria anti-fuel subsidy removal protest at Ojota, and I've been calling Tunde Bakari, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Indeed, I've also been part of those who've gone back there to play his clips and ask where he is and what he's saying now. And yesterday, after a lot of advertising, promotion of his sermon, Tunde Bakari gave that sermon. And those of you who've been crying and shouting, he must speak, he's spoken. What do you say to it? What do you say to this? All right. 1999 ECOWAS protocol on cross-border grazing, origin of insecurity in Benue State, gone earlier. Benue government puts resident security agencies on red alert. This is my time. 2027 presidency, no candidate can win without North, Baba Ahmed. Retirees abandon pension plan over failed scheme. Naira for crude, FG plans fresh crude cargoes for Dangote refinery. Death toll in Lagos building collapse rises to 15 rescued. Dati to Malami. CPC bloc will continue to support Tinubu's government. SEC or SEC to celebrities, influencers, bloggers. Stop promoting Ponzi schemes now. I see some Ponzi schemes will be coming up soon, and we'll be telling people we are in partnership with SEC. That's the new thing that we're saying now. And people will still fall for it. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. You got to get close to your phone. All right, or turn off the radio. Okay, you've gone. Better. So please turn off your radio when you call. All right. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Yeah, you sound really faint. Are you close to your phone?
Yeah, I'm close to my phone.
What's your name?
Yeah, this is Comrade Yusuf calling from Seoul.
All right, try and speak up. Please go on.
Yeah, please, I just want to ask, when a president of a country travel out of the country, how many days do you take country?
Which headline are you responding to, sir? Or reacting?
One, I think he's talking about...
okay, stop gallivanting. Yeah, okay. How many days is he meant to stay out?
Yes, how many days?
I've not seen any law. I'm surprised you're asking me this. I've not seen any law anywhere that says he can't be out from. I need to check. Maybe there's something there. I don't know, but.
All right.
All right. Message here. This one is sent in by Prince from Ogba. I sent it earlier. Saying, if it's possible, can you do an online verbal call or vote? Ask the callers who they will vote for in 2027. That will not stand the test of what do they call it again? The test of statistical parameters, because it won't be scientifically can't stand, because I just sit here and say call. I would have to do a proper poll, and that will not stand for a proper poll. Just be a bunch of people listening to radio telling us who to vote for. Because I'm not going to each state, each local government, or each ward. So for polling, you have to have certain set of parameters, especially your sample size and the sample itself. What's the basis for selecting that sample? So it won't be a proper poll. So I just sit here and say call and tell me who you vote for. But somebody in Benue is not listening to Nigerian phone, so he can't represent all those places. So I should ask the callers who they will vote for in 2027, and see that 80% to 85% will still go for the APC. Says this shows that people are yet to even be truthful to themselves. All right, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you calling in. Another message here sent in earlier. Sorry, please give me a second. Okay, Pola for sure Nago says the killings by terrorists has continued to spread across the country. There's a new terrorist group in the north central called Mahmoud. They've started killing and kidnapping people. The call by General T.Y. Danjuma to defend ourselves is a welcome development. But how can we defend ourselves without the government's support? There's fire on the mountain, but no one is running. Where is our president? Well, your president is in touch with his government. I was asking, I want to know from my presidential spokesman, if the president is in, when he says the president is in touch with Mr. Bayonanaga, is in touch with the government. I want to ask him, is it via phone, via WhatsApp, via Zoom? Let's know. Is it via phone, via WhatsApp, via Zoom? We hear it's out for temporary time of approximately 2 weeks. He's in constant communication with key government officials. So is it via telephone? Is it via Zoom? Is it via WhatsApp? Then we know that we have presidency by WhatsApp. Or is it via text message? Our presidency by what? Text message. Of course, he will have to communicate when he travels out. But if he's on vacation, he can simply hand over to his deputy. All right, let's take a call here and I'll read some more messages as we go. 99.3, good morning.
Yeah, hello, Kofi. Good morning.
Walker, what's your name?
Yeah, I'm Kenny. I'm calling you from First Talk.
All right, Walker.
Yeah, I think the last guy that asked you a question, how many days are the president supposed to be out of the country? I think constitutionally, according to the constitution, they say it's 21 days.
Yeah,
So it's 1 day. Yeah. Constitutionally. My own headline is about this state police. I think the worst thing that happened to Nigeria now as president now is for us to contemplate about the state police, because the key factor that activates state police is not right in Nigeria, and that key factor is the justice system. In America, in all those countries that have state police, if you look at their justice system, they are swift, they are predictable, and they are justiciable. But here in Nigeria, opposite here, I think we are still far from it. So the first thing we have to do is to correct our justice system. Then from there, then the state police will blossom. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll check it out. I had something in the back of my mind telling me that it's somewhere in the Constitution, which I've read 2 times, but I can't readily recollect. So I'll check it out. I have my copy here, but I'll check out to get out the right information. If anyone knows you have a copy, you can check and then let me know. Probably under Section 5 or something like that. All right. Thank you very much, my brother. 99.3. Good morning. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Kofi.
Hi. Welcome. What's your name?
Yes, Matthew calling from Lekki.
All right.
Yes, straight to the point. I want to talk about the response of the government towards insecurity in Plateau and Benue State, when they say that the people should defend themselves. I think it's very obvious now to Nigerians. You need to see now that your security is not actually the paramount interest of the government. In fact, a situation in any nation where the government has now gotten to the point where the government is saying, defend yourself. That means they're leaving you to your own self, like we are bind to the Philistine, like Uncle Jimmy will say. So that is just the situation right now. And for me, it's very, very pathetic if the government will just throw caution to the air, telling people to defend themselves. With what? Is it with catapult and cutlass against AK-47, sophisticated weapon used by... And then for Reno Omokri, who was commenting on equitable distribution of food, I think that was why I said that Reno is not educated. Just leave him alone. He will still commit more blunder. He shouldn't worry. We are listening.
Okay. He says he's not educated. 99.3. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kofi.
Okay.
My name is Engineer Ekundayo. I'm calling you from Ikorodu.
Okay.
Someone earlier asked, well, there has been discussion on the proposal of Pastor Tunde Bakare. And just some few minutes ago, someone was talking about state police. In his proposal, which was aired yesterday, it was very comprehensive. Okay? Now, as for state police and the security architecture, he had actually suggested a zonal security system. You know, that means that as against the present structure where the command is in Abuja, we will have zonal security architecture. And all the states, they will have their own security too.
Right.
And
the
director of intelligence in each state will now report to the head of state or to the president.
All right. Thank you very much. Good. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Thank you. All right. He's trying to summarize and realize you don't have all the time, you know, so you can just keep it short. Summary. A message here sent in by Ojeri Naja, who says, on the reply by presidential spokesperson Daniel Bola, it's laughable politicians now are. So when he was in the PDP, he would have gone to channels television to criticize the government because he is now in APC. Look at what he's saying. So he doesn't know now that people are being killed like chicken on a daily basis. All right, thank you very much for your time. But Daniel Bola is entitled to be wherever he wants to be. He can change his mind on who he wants to support I think that's not the major issue, you know? It's not a major issue. Now he's in the government. Yesterday he was in, now he's in the government. So let's look at the issues like that, I think. Joseph is saying that it is now certain that the government has refused to perform its duty. That is, Mr. President has failed us. He's busy dancing in UK while we're being killed. Nigeria healthy. All right, thank you very much. But when has the Nigerian government performed its duty? You know, it's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. Yeah, that's been the story of the country for the last how many decades. So why are we sounding like it's new? All right, because Nigerians tolerate it. So now it's now the government has left us, but they've been leaving you for years now. All right, let's go pay our bills. Thank you very much.
Only one station gives you great talk every day.
Once you have money, to have influence and power, you can rule in Nigeria. The Supreme Court said that one old man came to testify because the old man cannot lie, that they gave him judgment. This man will embezzle the money.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.